and I just want to play with some makeup today. But yeah, I have a few new products that I want to use. I have a few new-ish products that I want to keep using a few more times. But yeah, I have a very loose plan for my eyeshadow. It's not going to be anything too much because I'm exhausted for some reason. It's like 4 o'clock, but like I'm exhausted. So yeah, not new, obviously, but this is from Blend Bunny Cosmetics. This is the Blends palette. I'm gonna take a little mix of Promise and a little mix of Giggle, and I'm gonna throw that all along here. Because surprisingly, I don't want it to be too periwinkle toned, so I want to do this like more pink toned, kind of even it out just a little. But I'm gonna make sure this is literally everywhere. But today is Monday, so which means I went to Mystic yesterday. It was fun. It was nice. We mostly spent our time in the aquarium, which is kind of the main reason we went, because we're adults. We want to spend time at the aquarium. We took the Amtrak. The ride too was fine. Funny, because I got an email in the morning like, oh my god, seating capacity has been reduced due to unscheduled maintenance. You know, you can rebook your ticket with no charge. And I went, we're not doing that. And it was like, oh, it might be delayed, blah, blah. It was fine. We were on the first stop anyways, so we had our pick of seats. The ride back, on the other hand, was not so fun, not so fresh. And then on a denser, fluffy brush, I'm taking a little bit of Signs mixed with the tiniest bit of Chase. Like the tiniest. And I'm just going to start to pat that right there. And flick out a little. But no, the ride back, our train was delayed. It was supposed to be, it was either 4:40 or 4:50. And we didn't get on until 5:10. And the train back was super packed. We had coach seats because I'm not paying business class tickets for a hour 20-minute ride, so we were separated for the first half of our ride back. But once we got to Rhode Island, 2 seats like right next to me opened up, so we got to sit there. But it was just insanely packed. I'm like, it is Sunday, you people should, I don't know. And I'm just going to use the same brush to blend out, the same brush from before, the big fluffy brush. But no, we had a good time. I got a boxed alcoholic beverage at the aquarium. Didn't know they did that. I paid $13 for a boxed vodka lemonade. I mean, I drank it all. I didn't tip it either. Like, I feel a little bad, but I'm like, I paid $13 and you barely said 2 words to me. He also didn't ID me. Not to like snitch, but he didn't ID me. And like, I don't think I look that old, hopefully, but yeah. And then on a little flat brush, I'm taking Signs mixed with some of Vamp, and I'm gonna try to do my little smudgy smudge if I can. Oh, I took too much of Vamp. Let's go back in with just some of Signs. But no, we spent most of the time at the aquarium. Fun fact, beluga whales apparently yell. Because we were watching their feeding time, and they yell. So, that was new. We saw the penguins. I didn't touch them, but my friend did do the touch tank. We got some okay food afterwards. Like, it was fine. Like, it wasn't the worst food I've ever had in my life, but it's nothing groundbreaking. We got a few little souvenirs. We got those pressed pennies at the aquarium. And then we did get some things at the gift shop. And it was just a nice little day. We needed something something that was just a little different. And obviously I always like hanging out with them. But again, something new, something exciting, if you will, even if it's only Connecticut. And the Amtrak is nowhere near like the part of Mystic we went to. So we're like, we're gonna hang out for a little while here. So we went to a bookstore, and there's a shop dog. He was very friendly. He was a little Chihuahua mix. He had a little white face. Fantastic. And I am taking some of the NYX glitter glue on the back of my hand, and I'm just gonna pat that over kind of where I left a not quite blank space, but I didn't focus too heavy in that area because I do have some new shimmers I want to play with. Oi, I have to say, is all I have to say about that. This is also from Blend Bunny Cosmetics. This is the Blend Bunny x Ellis Atlantis, the Garden of Stars Eye and Face Palette. I ordered this August 1st. It got delivered August 20th. And it was like, oh, please allow 12 to 14 days for shipping. It got shipped on the 16th or the 17th, I think. It also came broken. I had to repress this, and this shade. And everyone was like, oh my god, the new packaging works so well. I love this blue packaging. It did so good. I did not get the blue packaging. So, it's repressed. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. But I'm going to take some of Elusive, which is this like baby blue. But it does have like pink and purple reflex. So, hopefully, oh yeah. That is really what I wanted. I tried doing my makeup the other night and it did not end well whatsoever. Because I tried doing like a neutral eye with like blue, and then the neutrals I used were too cool toned, even though, I don't know. And then the shimmer that I used had more green reflex than it looked like it did when I swatched it. So just, and then I tried doing my eyeliner and that was too thick, and I tried cleaning it up and then it looked too short and chunky, and it was just not, it was not a good time. I'm gonna be so honest here. But this is going considerably better already. So, yay me. And then on a little brush, I'm taking some of the shade Perline, which is this like white with gold reflex, and I want to try to do my inner corner just for something a little different. Just a little. And it also looks brighter this way, and I do like a bright shimmer inner corner. But I'm gonna make sure to blend that into that elusive shade I used. Okay. These are very nice. They're not as like, not shifty, but they're just not as intense as I would usually prefer. Like, not glittery, but like, you know? But I'm not hating it. Also, my nose did get a little sunburn, so it's like a little itchy right now. So, that's lovely. I'm also going to take some of the shade Haunted, which is one of the shades that broke actually. And I'm just going to try to use it and see if I can use it to do just like a little bit of more depth in the outer corner. Because even though I don't want this to be like entirely shimmer, I do want to see what will happen. Now this is mostly shimmer. That might have been a mistake. But these are the eyes. Like I said, something very simple. I just wanted to like kind of play with this and see. And it's looking nice. But I need to go put on some lashes and I will be back in a second. Alright, I'm back with some lashes. I did procrastinate a little. But we're going to move on to base. Skin Prep, Dress Skin Prep. I'm still going in with the primer after this. Is going to be brought to us by Paula's Choice. This is not sponsored. It was PR with no obligation to post. But I got some new stuff. So they apparently came out with a new eye serum cream. I have not used an eye serum ever, really. But it's their whole Pro-Collagen Peptide stuff. So I'm not going to be using this moisturizer specifically because I have an open one that I always use. So instead of having two open moisturizers. but I'm gonna use the Pro-Collagen Peptide Firm Eye Serum. Like I said, I just haven't really used an eye serum just because I don't really have that much under eye concerns. Weird, I know. Again, Pro-Collagen Peptide Firm Eye Serum. This is an interesting shape. But I know a lot of people like to use eye serums underneath concealers and foundations just to have it sit better. This feels nice. Like I said, I generally don't use one because I'm, not to brag, still young and don't really have wrinkly under eyes yet. It feels nice. And then this is the Pro-Collagen Peptide Plumping Moisturizer. Like I said, this is fantastic. This is like a thicker gel almost, like moisturizer. So it doesn't feel, it's not as dewy as some moisturizers, but it's thick and hydrated, and it's fantastic, and I love it. It's like cushiony almost, which is a really interesting texture for a gel moisturizer. But like I said, I love it. This has been like my favorite moisturizer in the summer so far. And just get that everywhere. Like I said, I'm still going in with a regular primer after this. And then this is the Pro-Collagen Peptide Gloss Balm. I have had this on my wish list at Sephora for so long. And like sometimes I forget that I get Paula's Choice PR. And I started getting it after this came out, so I just figured it would never show up. But she's here, and she's... like, I've heard really, really good things about this. And I usually need a lip balm anyways, so... okay. It's a little thinner and not as, I don't want to call it sticky, but I usually use the Ole Henriksen one. This one's a little, like, it feels thinner, but it feels more like pillowy and cushiony. So I don't know how the logic works there. I don't hate how it feels. Obviously I need to, it's not going to stay on super long because I'll be removing a little bit of it from my lip combo. But I like how it feels at least. Like I said, I already know I like the moisturizer. This one's the one I use all the time. It's like half empty, I think, by now. I just hope the primer that I want to use layers well over this. Because it's a new primer. So even though this isn't a new moisturizer, it's a new primer, so I haven't had the full chance to play around with all of my general like skin prep products with it, so. And then I'm going to use the Kulfi Double Life Serum Primer. I loved this the other day when I used it, so we'll hope. And I still have no idea how much to actually use, so I shouldn't have put any on my nose. I love this. I've not loved this, but I really like this so far. It didn't work the best on my nose, but I have a generally oily nose. And right now it's sunburned a little, so it's not at its usual. It's not going to be like how it usually is. I know that sounds a little weird, but it makes sense. I don't remember what foundation I used with this last time, so I can't say. Essence, maybe? No. I think it was House Labs, so I don't want to use that this time. I might need to powder after using this, but c'est la vie. This is from About Face Beauty. This is the Performer Skin Focused Foundation in the shade F2 Olive. Again, I don't know if I'm actually olive toned, or since my face is just so red, it does a really good job of kind of like color corrected. But I'm gonna blend this out with the fluffy brush. And like I said, I can't tell Looks like this matches. Hey, does this match my neck? I can't tell. I can't tell. But again, since there's a bit of green in it, since it's olive, it does a really good job at color correcting, and I have a very red face just from life. Like, I don't know why. Like, my neck isn't... Okay, I'm a little sunburned right now, so maybe not the best bet. But, like, why? I was gonna say, even if I tried swatching it on my hand right now, I think my hand's a little darker than the foundation. But haven't used this in a while either. Don't know why. For concealer, I'm gonna go in with the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Concealer in the shade Royal Icing 1.1N. And just get pretty much everywhere. Also, the foundation laid down beautifully on top of the primer. I know it works well with the moisturizer, but the primer, it looks oif. And now there's some on my knuckle. I hate this for me. And I'm gonna go in with a slightly denser brush, my BK Beauty brush, just because I didn't do that great a job at applying enough coverage for the foundation, so I need coverage on the concealer. But no, today's Monday, which means I did my usual, and look at that, red nose. Usual stuff. Went to H&M for the first time in like a while. And Walmart, and we went to the mall. We went to TJ Maxx, it wasn't anything wild. But, yeah. I might need to blend this out with something else, because this is not working very well. I don't know what was going on with that brush, but it was just like sticking and not blending anything. I don't know if it's the primer, I don't know if it's something, and there's a hair, but I'm gonna go in with the denser side on the Makeup by Mara brush and see what happens. And then blend out with the fluffy side because there's still some foundation on there, so it will blend together. Alright, there we go. That's looking considerably better already. This is from Colourpop. This is the bronze stick in the shade Laguna Beach. It's a little more cool toned. Like a little. It's still like fairly neutral. But also, my period started yesterday, and this is just offensive. Because my period has decided to reset itself, so it comes every 22-ish days. I used to be 28 to 32 on average. Please tell me it's not on my shirt. Just a little. But like sometimes I would skip months, and that's beautiful. And now it's like every 3 weeks, and it's ridiculous. And I had to buy more pads today, and I'm like, I hate it here. I think they should just let me get a hysterectomy, and then I don't need to deal with any of this anymore. I don't want kids anyways. It's fine. Everything's fine. Ugh, I'm shedding so bad. And like, I want to turn on my fan because I'm a little warm. But I really don't want to turn on my fan because it's been off for the past like week and it's been beautiful. I also might do an eyeshadow palette recommendation video, but I wouldn't know the best way about doing that because I don't want to just like be like, oh, I love these eyeshadow palettes and not have any like looks for them. But I very often use multiple palettes for a look, so I don't know if the best way would be to do like swatches. It would probably be more like this way, but like the general point still stands up. I don't know how the best way would be doing this. Do little one-off looks so I can show. I don't know. Alright, I'm not 100% on this, so c'est la vie, we'll do what I do. This is from Huda Beauty. This is the blush filter in the shade Bubblegum, and I'm gonna put some down right here. I don't really like pinks with purples. I don't know what to do for this. But I don't think this through. Back to I just kind of want to play with makeup today. I didn't have anything specific in mind, and blush is always one of those things that I always don't know. I never know. Never, ever, ever. I'm gonna definitely bring this in. Sorry, covered myself. A little more than I usually do these days. Like, this is how I used to wear my blush, like, all the time. Except more pigmented. Or more... I was really into peach and corals for a few years. And that's a little gone. Little. And then same brush, I'm going to take the Rare Beauty Soft Matte Bouncy blush in the shade Thriving, which is like a raspberry tone. This is also a Rare Beauty brush. It's not my favorite, but I'm lazy. This is a little more cool toned than like raspberry, but I want something a little different. I'm just going to carefully, because I don't want to go too heavy-handed. Surprising, I know, because the last look I did was my Painted by Esther look, and that's blush heavy, but still. I'm going to go back over this with my foundation brush too, just to give it a little, and just go back in with a little more, just to get that like little more gradient effect that I want. Again, not quite blush draping or contouring, but like, still. I'm gonna buff that in, flick out a little, because I don't want to do it down and like bring down my cheeks. And I guess I'm gonna go in with the NYX Professional Makeup Buttermelt highlighter in the shade Bright and Butter, just because I'm kind of tired of using a white highlighter. But I wouldn't usually use a beige or a gold highlighter with purple, but since I have the kind of yellow gold in the inner corner, I think it should be okay. Should be. Also, I had to shut my camera off because it was overheating, so this is literally going to be the only clip before, the only thing I filmed before shutting it off and filming the lip clip. Because importing the videos take forever. So what I like to do is I like to film by like what step I'm on. So like eyes are a clip, base is a clip, cheeks are a clip, lips are a clip, including like intro, talking about what I'm doing, and end. The general clips are 7 to 8, so now I'm gonna have one stupid clip for just highlighter. But I think it's okay. So for for lips, I'm gonna go in with the MAC lip liner pencil in the shade Cool Spice. Kiss off whatever remaining lip balm I have, and gonna so the current manager at my store, I had to text her on what was it, Thursday. She has a really bad habit of not putting her store employees on our schedule. So, you know, it'll be like, oh, I'm out at 5 o'clock. The next person isn't at 8, so I figure that it's one of her employees coming. So I text her at 5:15 on Thursday. I'm like, hey, I'm like, just letting you know, I'm like, I'm still here. I'm like, I was supposed to be out at 5. Do you have one of your employees coming? She's like, oh. She's like, let me see. She's like, yeah, someone was supposed to be here at 4. She's like, she said she's running late. I can get there faster though. Be there ASAP. Her ASAP took 40 minutes. She was coming from Harvard to downtown Boston. Google Maps said for both the train and driving would take 20 minutes. So I clocked out at 6:15. A whole hour and 15 minutes after I was scheduled to be off. I'm getting really tired of this. And I'm just gonna smudge it out with my finger because I don't care right now. But I'm... And then this is from Merit. This is the signature matte lip in the shade Classic. It's just like a little pink. But yeah, I'm so tired of all of this. And I'm just like panicked because I don't want it to be like super intense and pigmented. I want more of that like soft, kind of almost blurred look. And to no one's surprise, I'm going to go in with the Covergirl Clean Fresh Yummy Gloss in the shade You're Just Jelly. Just because it's a little more raspberry, like a little brighter, and like more raspberry tone, so it will tie into the cheeks a little better. Just a little, like the faintest. It's kind of tapping it almost. I want a little more for the color and not for the gloss. So it's okay if it's not totally 100%. Alright, so I need to go fix my bangs and change my camera battery, but I'll be back in a second. Alright, and this is the finished look. It's not my favorite. I'm gonna be so honest here, but again, it's not like I came into this with a plan. I just wanted to play with some makeup. I wanted to do something. I mainly wanted to use that Blonde Bunny palette, and I don't think I would have gotten the palette. Like, I like it, I have it, it's fine. But I don't think I need to buy it again. Or if they came out with an all shimmer palette. It's just not my preference for shimmers. It's fine, it works, it does the job. It looks nice. But again, it's just, I prefer something with a little more, like, visible sparkle. Like, visible, chunky sparkle almost. Like, not chunky, like, glittery, but like, I don't know. These are very, like, they're so soft, and, like, they are wet looking, but again, there's just something, or I don't know if it's kind of, like, built up resentment about it taking nearly 3 weeks to get here. And the fact that it came broken, no less. So it might just be resentment that I'm thinking of. But that Kulfi primer is really doing her thing these days. But yeah.